Alright, I'm going to show you guys how to do the Elmo quest line. So you're going to need a shovel, a rope, and then either dash or thrash. And this is where the quest giver is, just north of the bank in Basile. You can get to her by using either of the blue circles. This one's pretty straightforward. You just walk up to her and ask her for a quest. And here's a map for the path we will be taken to talk to Thelma and El Chad. So this is a relatively long quest, just because there's so much running around. So for this video, I pretty much just kept me walking all of the entire paths in full, just because I thought it would be a lot easier to follow along with. And now that we're at Thelma, we're just going to talk to her, ask her about some tools, and then be on our way. And then it's going to be the same deal here. Just going to talk to El Chad and ask him about some tools. He's going to tell us to go find Amlon, so that's what this map is for. I'm just kind of hoping it gives you a rough idea of where we're going. This is a pretty complicated path, so you're really going to want to watch the video. So we're just going to start getting headed east here, and then south up this little wooden staircase at the house, then go back west across the bridge behind the house so we can take another bridge and then continue south up the stairs kind of towards the desert. Then we're just going to loop around and keep going west here. Alright, so this rope down here is actually going to take you to where Elmo is. Since I've already done the quest, he's not here, but he's just right in this little crevice. Unfortunately, you can't really talk to him yet for the quest, but this is just how we get down. And we're just going to keep following this alleyway to the opening into the courtyard. This ladder right here cannot be used in combat, and there are a couple things that spawn. Sometimes you might have to just run around in a big circle to kind of get them off you and get up there safely. This wall is also pretty dangerous, as you can see with these archers. Sometimes there's more, and it being such a thin walkway, you really can't dodge their arrows. Then we're going to walk over this spine and, continue down this staircase, and we're essentially home free. The exit into the open desert is just a little bit southwest. And then we want to stay kind of wide away from the wall because there's some mobs here that are pretty scary. They can do a lot of damage. And we're basically right at Amlon. You're gonna talk to Amlon, ask him about some tools, and he's gonna go tell you to find Elmo. So now we're going to go back to the desert entrance and take the exit tunnel out. And then once we're through the gate here, we're gonna keep going west because there's a ladder hidden back here, and that's gonna let us get to the exit tunnel. It's relatively safe down here. there's just a couple pleas and cave spiders that you can easily run past. Alright, so now that we're out, we're just going to want to go south up those stairs so we can loop back around into that whole run through the little plaza again. So Elmo should be here, and then you'll just say Amlon to him, and then we'll just go back to Amlon and let him know we found Elmo. Once you return to Amlon and tell him about Elmo, he's going to tell you to meet him in El Chad Village. So now let's go ahead and backtrack and hit that tunnel exit again. Now that we're out of the tunnel, we're going to take a slightly different path to El Chad Village. So we're going to go north and down the stairs, and then just go east. And you'll pretty much just keep going east and wrapping around the path here until we're at the entrance to El Chad Village, which is where we are going to find Amlon again. And we're going to stop and have a chat with him. And he's going to let us know that Elmo is out having fun again, and we need to find him a second time. Thankfully, this one's pretty easy, so we're just going to backtrack to where the tunnel exit takes us, and he's basically going to be just right there, and then we'll take the same path back to talk to Amlon. And then right around in this general kind of area is where you'll find Elmo. You'll say Amlon to him and return back to El Chad Village. So just chat with Amlon about Elmo, and then don't forget to also talk to El Chad before you leave about the tools, so you can collect the reward from him as well. I promise this is going to be the last map. I hope these things are actually helpful. So like let me know. But this is the run we're about to do here for the final portion of the quest. So you're just gonna want to continue north out of El Chad Village, and we're gonna go over the bridge that is crossing the Grand Canyon here and make our way to the caravan. Alright, so Amlon's just going to be chilling at the fire here, and he's going to let us know that Elmo once again got lost, so let's go save him one more time, I suppose. So we're going to exit to the east here, and we're going to make our way to a rope shortcut on the side of the mountain here. Now that we're up the rope, there's kind of a little hidden pathway next to the staircase that we can go through. And this will lead us to a staircase that we can go down. And we'll just keep going east till we reach another set of stairs, and then we'll hang west. Actually kind of got a little turned around there, so let's just keep pretending like I know where I'm going since I made the guide, right? So we're just going to go west for a little bit. This is actually the part where you need thrash or dash. We're going to be going down into the cave inside this house. So we're just going to climb down the ladder, and there's another ladder that we can climb down as well. This cave has a lot of diggers in it, and that's the main threat. They can do a lot of damage. They're kind of hard to kill. So what I would recommend for this is to kind of copy paste Amlon into chat so that you can dash over and tell Elmo Amlon before you die. Um, so now I've cleared the diggers, so you want to keep south until you come to this kind of log looking thing. And this is where you dash over, and Elmo's going to be right here where this digger is right now. So let me just take care of this guy, and I can show you where the exit will take you if you can live. Yeah, this just goes essentially right to where we just were underneath the house. So we can just hit this door and take the ladder back up and make our way back to the caravan. We're gonna do that by just continuing west until we get to the rope shortcut up, and then we can just walk into the caravan from the north side of it. So just go ahead and tell Amlon about Elmo, and now you should have unlocked him as a trader, but he is going to move one more time. And then of course, make sure to talk to Thelma about the tools so you can collect the reward from her as well. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna take you to where Amlon is as a trader now. This is where he's always going to be from now on. And an extra reward you can get from finding Elmo one last time. So we're just gonna leave out of the north side of the caravan and make our way kind of back down the mountain, continue going west until we get to the rope shortcut, and then we're on that main drag kind of outside of the Bastille City wall, and we're just gonna keep going west. Once you've gone west long enough, you'll run into Amlon here, and he'll have a couple spells and a ring of regeneration for trade. His shop used to rotate. I'm really not sure if it does anymore, um, but this is where you used to get the gold ring. So if anyone has noticed that his shop is different, please let me know. Then just a little bit to the south, you can find Elmo one more time. Tell him Amlon, and he's going to give you a key to the chest right next to him. This chest is going to have a bronze shield in it, which isn't really that good, but it does sell to the vendor for 100 gold. But that's pretty much it for this quest. We're just going to make our way back to the initial quest giver and, deliver her tools and get the little bit of rewards that she gives us as well.